Good afternoon. No response. Vidur, no response, or am I speaker is not working? Are you saying something? Hello. Good afternoon.
Good
Afternoon,
afternoon,
ma'am.
ma'am.
This is your first class, right? Then why are you sitting so like you're feeling so sad? Because there is no class from the morning. So till 1 o'clock you were free. That's why. Evelyn?
No, ma'am.
So don't worry, I'll give you lots of work to do. So don't worry about it. So it's time for you to submit your art integration project. So the last date will be 20th of December. So before 20th, few students have already submitted it. Those who haven't submitted it yet, in pair with Himachal Pradesh, you have to submit it before 20th. Is that clear to you? And don't wait for 20th to come. Okay. Adul is smiling. Isn't it, Adul? This time, Adul, I expect your project as early as possible. You have to send to me. Okay. So I should know, send a message like the not submitted, the different defaulters for not submitting the projects, Adul. So I don't want to send a message like that. So send it as app. Okay. Now let's back to our topic. Oh, Mohammed Irfan. Is he here? Hello, Mohammed Irfan. Still in IP. Mohammed Irfan, turn on your video. Here there are certain rules or regulations. If you haven't turned on your video, I'll remove you. Is he here? So he felt happy and he left. Wonderful. Okay. So Atul, so what are the different advantages of DBMS?
Facilitates data sharing. Then integrity can be maintained. Then reduces, maintains integrity. Then ensures security. Then controls inconsistency.
Okay, that you are reading from the notes. Okay. Okay, next time you have to look at the screen and you have to tell me the answer. Okay. Then what is RDBMS? Meghna.
It is a software which is organized in a table, which is also known as relation.
So why it is called RDBMS? Because the data will be stored in the database in the form of tables. That is why it is called as RDB, Relational Database Management System. And I have told you about what is an attribute. What is an attribute, Vithur? Louder, Vithur. I can't hear you. No. Can you hear him, Atul?
No, ma'am.
No. Vithur?
Attributes are columns.
Yes. It's columns. Very good. Columns are called as attributes. Tuple. Hana. What is a tuple?
Rows are called as a tuple.
Louder.
A row is called as a tuple.
Rows are called as tuple. Then what is cardinality? Amalraj. Hi, Amalraj. Hello. Question to you. What is cardinality? Lydia?
Number of rows.
Number of rows called as cardinality. Degrees, number of columns. Number of columns, it is called as degree. Okay. These are the few terms. Now let's see what is a key. So different keys of, there are lots of keys in a table. So normally what is a key? Anjo, what is a key? K-E-Y, key.
To open something.
Key is? Key is?
Open.
Not clear, not able to hear him properly. What is a
Ma'am,
key?
to open.
It's to open. You can see car key. Take the key. Lock the door with a key. So that is a key. So in that same way, in order to retrieve the information from the table, we need keys. Without keys, we can't retrieve the information. Okay. Without keys also, you can view it. But if you want to update something, then we need some keys. So the keys, many keys are there. So the first key is primary key. The first one is primary key. Write down primary key. Why a minister is, many ministers are there, and who's a prime minister? Why that person is called a prime minister? Huh? Elvina?
Because in India, he's the only one who is ruling the country.
Yes, that is the topmost position in the ministers. Many ministers are there, and one minister will be selected as prime minister. He will be the topmost in all other ministers, prime minister. In the same way, here, primary key is the most important key, or the topmost of all the other keys. Okay, primary key. Primary key is used to identify each rows from the table. Each row means each row you can replace it with tuple or record. So primary key is used to identify each row or record or tuple from the table. For example, your class, IP students, Anjo and Anjani, turn on your video. IP class, these many students are there. So we, suppose you have created a table which contain all the information of IP students. Okay. And the first column you will write as roll number. Or in your class, 11B class or 11C class or 11A class, not only name, in order to identify one person, a student, you have a roll number. What is the specialty for roll number? Why without roll number, how to identify? Suppose it's a combination class. I'm calling Adul, come here. Then which Adul will come? So that is a problem with name. Name can be repeated. Say many students can have same name. So in order to avoid that complication, duplication, we have a certain column, certain field that is called roll number. So this Adul will be having a different roll number. The other Adul will be having a different roll number, or you can say the student ID number will be different. So each and every student has a unique ID number, isn't it? Unique ID number. Do we have any students with empty roll number? Roll number is no roll numbers. Any students are there like that? No. Isn't it, Anthony? There are no students with no roll numbers. So, you can, this primary key is used to retrieve each and every row from the data uniquely. Uniquely means example roll number. Roll number can be considered as a primary key. Why? So key means a column in the table. A key means a column in the table. And it is divided into different primary key, candidate key, foreign key, etc. So what is the specialty of a primary key? Say for example, roll number, we are making it as a primary key. So there are certain rules and regulations if you want to make a key as a primary key. A primary key should not be repeated. So take the example of roll number, it's not repeating, and it should not be empty. Again, take the example roll number, it is not empty. So in every table, there will be a primary key. Then what is the specialty of primary key? If you have this primary key, say this Adul has student ID 101. The other Adul has student ID 103. So I can identify with that person. Adul, who has roll number 102, come here. So that is uniquely identifies that particular student. So that is a specialty of a primary key. So primary key is a key which key or column in the table which uniquely identifies each row of information from the table. Understood? In one table, there can be one roll number. Then another column called student ID, another column called some other number, some grade number, something. So in a table, there can be many columns which can act as a primary key. And the most suitable column we will select as primary key. Okay, there can be many columns. In the in election got over, tomorrow the results will be declared, isn't it? So
Is used to identify each row uniquely. Is used to identify uniquely.
Candidate keys are keys, key or set of key combinations which can uniquely identify each record from the table. Candidate keys. From that candidate, or we can say which can be in a position, of primary key. Okay. Those who are eligible to become a primary key are called candidate keys. From these candidate keys, we will take the appropriate one as primary key. Then the rest other keys are called as alternate keys. Alternatives for the primary key. The other keys are called alternate key. Clear? What is a primary key? I will show you the correct definition. So there will be only one, there can't be two primary keys in one table. A table will be having only one and only one primary key. There can be many candidate keys, there can be many alternate keys, but only one primary key. Clear, Vithur? Okay, now let's come to next one, foreign key. So who is a foreigner, Vithur?
The person who comes outside the country.
To our country, then that person from some other country will call him as he or her as a foreigner. And who are you then? We are all natives. So just imagine India is the student table, as student table. And US is a department table. Oh, okay, not department, teacher table. So from that country, the primary key, listen carefully, primary key from teacher table is coming and becoming a part of whom? Student table. Student table has one primary key. Teacher table has a separate primary key. And the primary key of teacher table is coming to student table and becoming a part of student table. Then the teacher primary key in student table is called as foreign key. Because that primary key which is coming from the teacher table is actually not a part of student table, but we are making it as a part of student table. So in the student table, the teacher table's primary key is called as foreign key. Once again, in teacher table, in student table, roll number is the primary key. Okay, that you understood. In student table, roll number is the primary key. In teacher table, Teacher ID is the primary key. So there will be only one primary key. And for making relationships, what we'll be doing is we will be taking teacher ID from teacher table and we will be placing this inside student table as one column. Okay. Then in student table, teacher ID is called as
foreigner key.
Foreign key, because it is a foreign key. It's coming from some other table, and in that some other table it is a primary key. In some other table it is a primary key, but here it is a foreign key. It's a foreigner. That's why it's called foreign key. Understood? Donna?
Yes, ma'am.
So that is foreign key. I'll show you example. It will be more clear. So we have these different keys. First one, primary key, then candidate key, foreign key, and alternate keys. These keys are very, very, very important for your theory questions. You can expect a question, what is the difference between a primary key and a foreign key, or what's the difference between a primary key and an alternate key, candidate key. Okay. So primary key, a set of one or more attributes. So normally we will take only one column as primary key. Sometimes you can make a combination also. So a set of one or more attribute that can identify a record uniquely in the relation is called primary key. And there can be only one primary key in a table. It won't allow duplicate values, and we cannot left it blank. Now, candidate key, in a table, there can be more than one attribute which contains unique values. These columns are known as candidate key, as they are the candidate for primary key. And among these database analysts, select one as primary key. So from the candidate keys, one particular column will be selected as primary key. So who all can become candidate keys? If the table columns are containing unique values, then they are eligible to become primary key. Muhammad Irfan disappeared. Sharath. Okay, now let's see what is next key. Alternate key. Alternate key. In case of multiple candidate keys, one of them will be selected as primary key and the rest of the column will serve as alternate key. A candidate key which is not a primary key is an alternate key. That is the simplest definition. A candidate key which is not a primary key is an alternate key. Now, foreign key is used to create a relationship between two tables. And the definition, two definitions are there. It is a non-key attribute whose value is derived from the primary key of another table. Non-key attribute means it's not a primary key attribute in the second table. Whose value is derived from the primary key of another table. So the values are coming from some another table. We are not creating the values. In the teacher table, which all are the teacher IDs, only that values are permitted here. You can't create your own teacher IDs if you are making it as a foreign key. And I'll show you with an example. Is that over for you? I will send you the notes to the WhatsApp. You need to complete it, but. Now listen here in this example. Employee table, you can see. Employee number, e-name, gender, department number, salary, commission. And here another table, department table with department number, d-name, location. And employee number, EMPNO is primary key. In department table, department number is primary key. Two separate tables in the same company. And we can see here, department number is coming as a foreign key in employee table. Isn't it, Adul? Look at the screen. Department number is coming in which table? Employee table. Okay. So this is called as a foreign key. Foreign key. Okay. It is called as foreign key. And employee number is a primary key. Department number is primary key. And this table is called as master table. This table is called as a child table. Sorry. The other way. Sorry. This is called as parent table. Teacher department table is called as parent table. From here, we are taking department number to employee table. So in employee table, we will call it as child table. The other way, just the opposite. So from where we are deriving the foreign key, that particular table is called as parent table. And where you are placing the key, that table is called as a child table. And my question to Grishma, turn on your video, Grishma. Grishma, are you there? Anjo. When to take lunch? Huh? Amal Raj. Question is, can I write here 50? No. Why? Because in the definition, we have seen that the values are derived from parent table, isn't it? In parent table, only 10, 20, 30, 40. So in employee table, you can't write 50 because there is no 50 entry in department table. So we have seen that the advantages of database. It reduces inconsistency. So if you are creating a relationship like that, this relationship is called, there is a foreign key and primary key relationship. Here it is. So we will say that it maintains integrity. What is the meaning of integrity? There won't be any wrong values. If you are allowed to enter 50 here, this database table will become inconsistent. So no, trust is gone on this particular database. So if you are creating a relationship in this way, when you try to enter 50 here, it will not allow you to enter. It will tell you, it will show you an error that it is not allowed because that entry is not given in department table. Okay. Now, if you are trying to delete this particular row, what happens? It won't allow you to remove this 30. Why? Because already we have referred this 30 here. Understood? That does an advantage if you create a relationship like this. If you try to remove department number 30 from this main master parent table, it will give you an error message that it is referred in employee table. So what do you need to do first? It should be deleted from this table first, then only this deletion can be performed. So we'll say that if you are not able to delete this thing from the parent table, or you can't add some extra value, some 50 in this table, then we will call it as integrity is maintained. There won't be any wrong value entry in the table. So that is a specialty of RDBMS. These types of things are not possible if you save your things in Microsoft Word, Excel and all. It will allow you to enter anything. Okay, Donna, in Excel, and if you are storing the details of these tables in a normal Microsoft Word or Excel or Notepad, then you can enter anything. You can't have this referential integrity integrity cannot be maintained in this. Okay, so how many of you installed MySQL? One more period is there, right? Isn't it? Yes or no? No response. Is there one more period, Vidhur?
No, ma'am.
No. The other period has changed to English. So hope you understood what is a primary key. We will do once again the foreign key. I think some of you are still getting confused what is a foreign key. So primary key, this foreign key, candidate key, alternate key, revise it for next class. Okay, I will ask you. And if you have still any doubts, you can ask me. So we'll repeat it. Okay, thank you. Bye.